Yeah, well, like as I was saying, man, I was in the street dealing, dealing drugs and ill-gotten gains or whatever. And from right then, Pac just took me on tour. First, we done the Tupacalypse Now. We done some shows for that, And then all while we were doing that, Pac was formulating Thug Life. Pac was right then, when we were doing the Tupacalypse Now shows, he was formulating Thug Life.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, everybody. We are 100 Years Enterprise, Season 7, Episode 8. We about to have a great show. The last show was great, Season 7, yes. So shout out to Jay Stone for coming on. But this next guest is going to be just as good. And before we go into it, the consequences of the street life, my brother, how you doing today?
I'm doing splendid. Here, man, anticipating to see what this young man gonna say next to me, man. He got a lot of history, man. So, I'm gonna pass it back to you, Fahim. But I'm really juiced about what's getting ready to come out his lungs.
Before we go, all right, how you doing, brother? How everything going with you, brother?
Well, life has been good, man. I learned the lesson. And now I'm here to, teach the lesson. I learned the lesson. I'm here to teach it, man. And I feel that I'm in a good space in my life, man. And I'm here to share, care, give, and appreciate. That's what I'm here to do.
And that's what it's about, man. Sharing, giving. Hey, you said everything. Appreciating. I appreciate life. Just being able to wake up today, knowing today wasn't promised to us, and try to use every moment as a gift and a joy to give to others. And that's what we do. And about this consequence of the street life, we want to welcome Calvin to the show. Calvin, a little bit, man. Tell us about you. I say Calvin. I know you got a nickname, what you go by, and we're gonna get there. So tell us in brief and tell us who you are, my brother.
Well, I'm Calvin. Grew up in the greater Richmond area, all parts. Humble childhood. Minor scrapes with the law. Got past them, kind of changed things. Major scrapes too.
Right.
But, overcame them and managed to acquire a career.
Okay, all right. We finna delve in. I know you sent us a message a couple of weeks ago, and you heard when Papa came on the show, and you wanted to add some things too, which we're gonna get there,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
We're gonna get there. So in brief, how was your childhood growing up in Richmond?
Man, it was rigorous, man. I mean, it was serious. I mean, every step of the way. I grew up in every part of Richmond, like from Central, based to North, to the South Side.
Right.
All parts of the South Side. One way, grew up on Steeds, Dean Bugsby,
Right.
all the low riders, and
Yeah.
I mean, the dice games, early on, just exposed to a lot early on. And, I developed into something positive.
Okay.
I managed to create,
And during that time, you and this brother met someone. Where y'all meet at, son?
Before we get there, though, right? I know this is a PG show, right? As we say, but you free to speak on anything, right? Now, like you said, a lot of people know you as Calvin. But give us your handle and what you do, because this is consequence of street life, right?
Right.
So we segued it from where we was then to who we are now.
Absolutely.
Give it to us, man, because we on the educational tour.
Well, I'm Babez, Richmond.
Okay.
Born and raised. Parents born and raised Richmond. Many relatives. friends, distant relatives, associate family members. Just everyone's family orientated with me. That's how I was raised.
Okay.
And I've been through some hard times, of course. A little bit of degradation, self-degradation. Alcoholism.
Right.
But I managed to flip that and get back to me,
Right.
because you know me as me.
Absolutely.
So tell the people, who are you?
I'm back.
I know what I know you. Tell the people, who are you? Who were you? Who was Babez 25 years ago? Now, I'm gonna say 30 years ago. Who was Babez 30 years ago? And then tell us who is Babez now.
Well, 30 years ago, I was in the streets. I was in the street. 30 years ago would be what year? 90.
96?
Yeah.
96?
96.
Okay, yeah. In 96, Tupac had passed away. After or before?
Go before that.
Well, before that,
Okay. Let's go to the 80s. Because we 80s. We kind of grew up in the 80s.
sure,
How was it growing?
sure.
How was it for you growing up in the 80s?
well, man, growing up in the 80s, man, it was fast moving.
In particular, I'm gonna put a little more context to it. In particular, hanging around, growing up around P7.
Yeah, P7, man. It was
That history.
It was the one-shop drug shop. It was the main thoroughfare before you get north, when you coming up out of north.
Okay.
We call it the last light.
Right.
I mean, it was just money flowing at all times. You can come outside with $20, and at the end of the day, have $500. You know how it was.
So now we getting somewhere. So that. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Now, so I know we crossed paths, right? Because I'm from North Oakland,
yeah,
right?
definitely.
We surrogate of Richmond. Because, I have a residence here.
Yes,
I touched a little bases here and there.
Yes.
I've been to Byron.
Yes, you
know what I mean?
did.
I know some cats, right?
Yes,
so
you
so
have.
let's touch a little bases on that. You know what I mean? How did we pass? How that was? What was that about?
Well, Carlos had failed to Byron for, I don't know, he got caught with a gun. I don't know how he managed to get some Byron time, but he ended up getting Byron time. And he used to call me up there, man, come up here and get me, man. He used to call me through this chick named Monique, tell me, come up here and get me, man. They messing with me, man. And I just, used to always be in contact with him. And when he gets out, he like, man, let's go to North Oakland, man. I got a partner out there in North Oakland, man. Let's go out here. So then we slide up over there and bush ride. I had known bush ride Freddie Trask.
Freddie Trask.
Yeah, Freddie Trask messing with Filmo.
Big
What's
Phil,
his name?
yeah, Filmo.
Yeah, Filmo,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, that's Rip. That's Rip.
Yeah.
Rip, that's Rip cousin.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I used to always see him coming over on 18th over Rip House, right?
I remember
Absolutely.
And then Hill and them, I see him come through the Hillbilly, what's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, come through in the drop bins. And and then we come out there and slide up on you, like, you know what I mean?
Right,
over there by the little pool hall or something.
Yeah, right around the corner on 59th and Shattuck. We Shattuck Dover.
Yeah.
What's the name of that pool hall?
It wasn't a pool hall. It was like, I think it was a little barber shop right there. He talking about.
I would never forget.
It was Imani's. That's what's her name, Dad? The two sisters out of Vallejo.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
That's their
yeah,
daddy. Got their name, but Imani, he had the barbershop right across the street from Bushrod Pharmacy. I stayed right there on 627, right on that block between Dover and Shattuck.
Yeah, I remember going out there, man. We was messing with two chicks, Raquel and Trina. That was like 30-something, over 30 years ago.
Yeah.
But dang, I'll never forget that. We used to always come out there.
Right.
I'd never forget that, man.
Right, because we talked a few weeks ago, you talked to Fahim, you let it be known. And I didn't know, because I was connected with, Carlos Spearman just by being Byron Boys Ranch, and I used to come out to P7 holler at him.
Yeah.
And so we go back and forth,
I can
see
remember,
each other
man.
passing.
I remember you, man. When I first seen you on this podcast, man, I said, I know him. I told Fahim, I said, man, look, man, I know him.
Yeah.
I know him, man. I don't know where from, but I know him.
Right.
And then, it's been years, man. It's been decades.
Okay.
Then we both been
Appreciate
away in them stoops, and well, me not as long as you guys, but of course,
that. Yeah.
Yes, time. So, Carlos, tell us a little bit about, what was Carlos, I know Carlos personally too, And he was always a jokester, a prankster. He had a very good sense of humor. He loved playing a lot, right?
Yeah.
He did that. You know, I had some pretty good memories of Carlos.
Yeah.
But for you, I know y'all was real close.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. So
man.
how was y'all friendship all the way up until he passed? And how did his passing affect you?
Well, man, I've been knowing Carlos since nursery school. Mm-hmm. You know, coming in nursery school and then just passing scenes of life. You know what I mean? Whether it was a birthday party, because he's within my family.
Right.
You know, Derek Ford, pajama parties. I mean, just everything, you know what I mean? And then finally, when it came down to us hitting the set, a turn of events landed us on the set. You know, it was not to even go into it.
Right.
Some turn of events landed us on the set, and we was with it, and became our own little sect, Children of the Corn.
Right.
Just got to doing a gang of stuff that we had no business doing. And ultimately, we done something. It came back on Carlos.
I remember that. What year? That was what, 88, 89, 88? I was in the county jail.
I thought that was 88.
88.
Yeah.
88. I was in the county jail fighting my case, too.
Yeah, man. That was a trip.
Yeah. So I want to. Okay, so when all that happened, was that happening? Because we try to tell a narrative about your presence in the Bay, right?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, right, how it segued into you with Pop, right? Because his humble beginnings, right?
Okay.
So you got. My question is to you is right. Was that around the time when unfortunately Carlos lost his life? Right.
Well, Carlos lost his life in the summer of '88.
Okay, so when that impacted you, did you move, or what was the kind of impact was that led you, when you and Pac started hanging? That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, I just went along with the course of the street life.
Right.
After Carlos passed, I mean, of course it ingrained some grief up in me, and it had me reacting to it or whatever. But I just went on ahead, going along with it, and ultimately, Pac came through with Mike Cooley. Mm-hmm. Mike Cooley been from the set for I've been knowing Mike Cooley before the set, before I even touched down on the set. But and he came through with Mike Cooley.
When you say the set, what you use?
7th Street,
oh,
7th Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just for those who don't read that.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. Yeah.
We know we call it sets, turf, whatever. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So he brought him through there, and then he one time we had a crap game. I had a spot up there in Pinole, up there by Foster Freeze, by the Gables.
Yep.
Right up there by the Gables, and we used to shoot dice and carry on. And Pac was up there with us, and at the time Pac wasn't doing so swell. Pac needed a place to stay. I mean, he was staying with Mike Cooley, but Mike Cooley had chicks all over, the Bay, so sometimes Mike Cooley would need to punch out, and, Pac would be left, kind of high and dry if Mike Cooley wasn't going back home to Marin City.
But when you say Mike Cooley brought Tupac or introduced Tupac to you all.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to.
Was he Tupac as people understand Tupac now?
That's what I was alluding to, that Tupac didn't really have. I mean, not to just put that on him like that, but he was, he was homeless. So, man, grabbed a hold of the reins and started the Underground Railroad, which was the first label that him and Mike Cooley put together, because Mike Cooley founded Pac. Man had, man manipulated the bread, and they kind of produced Pac.
Right.
With the Underground Railroad, but Pac was so outstanding to where Interscope just had to envelope him. They had to, when they got a dose of him, they bought him away from man.
So you mean to tell me? So you saying basically, right? So you saying at that time, Bay Area is full of game. Bay Area is full of game.
Yeah,
I done heard some cats that really, I just sat down with and said, walked away and said, dude got mouthpiece.
Right.
Kind of coordinated me to understand that damn, I'm a part of. I'm in this cycle of game, and I can't do nothing but be a part of it, right?
Right.
So when y'all first heard Pac, like I'm trying to set this up real proper.
Right.
When you first heard Pac, it automatically clicked that he was like that raw. Cause I'd heard MCs, I'd heard cats rapping to be like, you good, you cool. But what was it about Pac that you just like, you knew that he was gonna be big?
Automatically.
Cause you said Interscope just grabbed him.
Automatically. We were up at my spot, and I mean, I hadn't heard him at all, as a matter of fact, at this point. You know, we was shooting dice on my pool table, you know, we was sitting around shooting shit. And man, Pud demanded that he get down for us, right? Man, he ripped. He
Was that
ripped
on the
like
dice
never
game or
before.
something?
I mean, yeah, we was shooting dice. You know how you got slogans in the dice games, or he talking about the whole scene from start to finish. From start of him getting picked up, where he got picked up from, to him coming to the apartment where we were at, the dice roll, the green of the pool table felt. I mean, just the scripting. You know, I mean, I knew right then. I knew what man told me. Look, I'm this is in my book, but I'm gonna go ahead and okay. Man said, "Hey, check this out, man. Let my artist stay at your spot for a while, man." Because he needs somewhere to stay. I mean, he couldn't just stay, hanging on like that.
So he was signed, or he was
At this point, he wasn't
he
signed.
was just started out there. This would be my artist.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This when Man grabbed him. This was before anything. Man's the first person who actually brought him to the industry.
Gotcha.
He's the first person to grab Pac. Pac had been in groups, of course, performed with people, but Man actually put the money behind him and established the Underground Railroad. Man asked me that I want to take part in that because he can use my investment. At the time, I was, I was rolling, what I mean, having some dough. And I'm like, nah, I'm cool. At that time, I think I was probably in 89, about 89, I'm like 18 years old.
Right.
He was 18, 19 years old. I mean, look how I'm thinking at that time. Of course, I got the dough to do it, but now I want to buy, these rims. I want to buy, something from my old school or something, I'm not thinking to invest this and then watching this develop. So, like I said, man, after that, the Interscope took him from Man immediately.
Damn.
Immediately, just as I knew. And I told Pac, I said, man, look, when you make it, Man said, look, I'm going to give you some money, to, so he can stay over here. When he got to ripping and we got to just kicking it, we had, I said, man, look, man, you don't owe me nothing, man. I said, but when you make it, don't forget about me.
I got a question, and this is in relationship or relations to how we understand, especially black folks, us coming from urban areas, from the community, from the neighborhoods. When you say Interscope took Man, is it because you or we didn't understand the business? Because no matter how big Interscope was, there's always contracts involved. There's always a fine print. So if we understand the words and the writing, the language in those contracts, then no matter who or how big Interscope is, I know legally or with an attorney, I can do this no matter what. And I got the prime investment, which is Tupac.
Man must have understood the verbiage because Man had a stake in him.
Okay.
From the beginning, when Interscope came and got him, Man had a stake in him from there. That was on his Underground. That was him as an artist, Tupac.
Right.
And the Underground Railroad, which I think A-Train was involved in that as well.
Okay.
And Mike Cooley. So they, that was the first seed. But back then, I wasn't too much involved in it. Like I said, I wasn't trusting that. I wasn't trusting that, man. I want to see my money. I want to see mine, turn over and some more.
Right.
So, I didn't mess with it. Kept on. I went to jail. Like I said, I was in a whole nother lane.
What year you went to jail?
I went to jail. This was like some county time. Back in '90. Back in '90, I went to jail. Got caught up in
Right.
So is it fair to say when to say segue to what you saying in regards to him going to Interscope, right? Did he reach back? Was he still in contact with y'all? Was he still like, You know what I mean?
Man. Let me start calling him Man,
Yeah.
so everybody can kind of,
For sure.
Man became the road manager for Tupac.
Okay.
So now everything that was Tupac is Tupac. Man is involved with.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now, Man is kind of establishing Tupac. Kind of getting him. Well, the manager was getting him shows. Extra was getting him shows. Man was like getting him like checking, registered in hotels, and just anything, rental cars, or just anything he would need. Man, he was like his handler. You would say, but on the road, he was the road manager.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Let me ask you a question then. Let me let's pick it up a little bit on this here. So, with that being said about the segue with Pac, you played a role in that, right? You had a relationship with him, and what I'm trying to get to understand is as he grew, because obviously you see it, you said, man, I peeped it, this dude gonna be raw or whatever, right? When he start elevating, right? He learned the game. We all get the game with somebody. Ain't nothing to shame about that, right? So he got some game. He was able to leverage himself, right? That's that's profound to me.
Sure.
He leveraged himself in order to establish himself, right? Did he ever still had those tentacles where he hey, what's up, boy? What's happening with y'all?
Well, as I said, Man was still his road manager, and they went into the Brenda's Got a Baby. They done the videos, done those few videos, and back then, like I said, I had went to jail on another occasion, done some little county time, and I seen them. They was on TV when I was in jail, So I was like, wow,
But one of those videos you were in.
Okay, that was before this. We started from the beginnings.
Okay,
we started from the beginnings. So when I seen him on the videos, I'm like, wow, he hit. Brian Pac hit. And then before that, I knew he was gonna hit. I just knew Tupac was gonna hit with his talent. You know what I mean? So after that, me, Man, Mike Cooley, and I forget Mo Sadie's, Pac's step brother.
Okay. We
went out one time, and to the CJ's Lounge, right there, yeah.
Right.
And when we got there, everybody greeted us like, "What's going on?" I see, Fred and said, from North. I see them over there. I see leading them over here. I see Bump and Breeze them. I see everybody, and I'm giving it up. You know how I am. I see everybody from everywhere, man. And then Pac just sat back and just noticed, he said, "You ain't what? Where you standing in this? Why you ain't got funk? Nah, man. And then when he sat back and noticed that, right, that was something that he took notice of, that he admired. I just see how I managed to, stay neutral. Well, not neutral, but stay untouched, you would say. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then we went up to, we was in Hilltop one time, and these girls I had went to school with, elementary and junior high, and then, we was up there, and it became a reunion. You know what I mean? Talking about all the old stuff, you know what I mean? Me riding the YZ through the halls, all that stuff, type of stuff. And just the thing that makes me, everything that comprises me, all the troubles, everything that's gone. And then Pac just really absorbed that. He absorbed that. Okay. And, man, he asked me, could he use the energy of my life to pour into this project? See, Man can tell you this. This is something that's real. He asked me, could he use the energy of my life to pour into this project, right? So I'm like, man, I ain't tripping. Man, I'm not worried about, you know what I mean? Go ahead. I'm gonna be me, you know what I mean?
So what I'm gauging from that, right, is that Pac is a great storyteller in regards of real life experiences.
Arthur,
right? He know how to depict it in the form of a rap, right?
He can depict anything that he puts in front of him.
Right. That's deep. Now let's segue a little bit, right? Because we love Pac.
Yeah.
Pac, we know Pac came from the Bay. He rooted in the Bay, from New York to, from LA to KC, the South. Pac is loved mainly. He's loved everywhere.
Right.
Right. So, but we want to get into a little bit about you, depths of you, right? Because it's consequences of street life. And the whole premise of is to talk about the transformation, the art of being in the street life, and then transforming yourself, right?
Exactly.
Through experiences and coming out of that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so I'd like for you to go into that unless Fahim got something to give right now.
Now we're gonna go back. No, that's the path we on right now.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I want you to touch on that. You know what I mean? About who you are then and who you are now. Because I think that's a powerful testament.
Yeah, well, like as I was saying, man, I was in the street dealing drugs and ill-gotten gains or whatever. And from right then, Pac just took me on tour. First, we done the Tupacalypse Now. We done some shows for that, And then all while we were doing that, Pac was formulating Thug Life. Mm-hmm. Pac was right then, when we were doing the Tupacalypse Now shows, he was formulating Thug Life. He lived in Richmond Marina back then.
Okay.
In Marina Cove. And he, and then shortly thereafter him moving to the Marina Cove, we had went out there to Marin, and then, the little boy got killed out there.
Yeah, I remember that.
At the little fundraiser for Frankie Beverly. Mm-hmm. And while he was staying in the Cove, he had took one of the chicks from Marin City to his spot in the Cove, right? So he was kind of spooked. Like, because you know how chicks will do, what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
And like I said, man, the whole park turned on us out there. So, everybody was, anybody could have done him in. That's how he felt. Yeah. He just moved to LA.
He felt responsible.
Yeah. And they was holding him responsible too. Right. They felt as though he was responsible too. So he got up out and moved to LA. But while he stayed there, he had given the rest of his lease to me and Man, right? So we used to go back and forth there, doing our thing. One time he was there. Just so happened he had came down from LA and was there.
Right.
And he just laying down what he was going to do with the Thug Life and what he how he was going to construct it and from there he moved to LA and met Big Syke and them. Well, he had already known Surge, but he met Big Syke through Surge and met Rated R and Macadocious.
Right.
And yeah.
Because all of them are part of Thug Life.
Exactly. And then, man, Thug Life was off, man.
So what part did you play in Thug Life? I know you say y'all talked about it. He talked about it with you and y'all was going to see him. But I know on Pour Out a Little Liquor, he shouted you out.
Yeah. So first I was doing shows.
Okay.
Right? So then I was like, man, wait a minute, I got some hustling to do back here.
Right.
Ain't nowhere in the world I can go stay doing these shows, you know what I mean? Regardless of me paying for everything, I gotta get my dough. Plus I got money in the street. You know what I mean? So then I stayed back, you know what I mean, on a couple shows. He told man, look, tell Babes I pain. I can't do the show unless Babe do the show. Cause I'm on there, I'm on there performing, you know what I mean? He said, I can't do the show unless Babe do the show, right? So then, boom, I'm doing the show. Then he set me down, talk to me, man, this is what you'd rather do, man. You ain't gonna do nothing but get killed in them streets, man. You gonna end up, end up going to jail doing a bunch of time for nothing. You got action, I'm giving you action and then me, him, and Man sat down and went 3 ways and put the bread in for Thug Life.
Okay.
Because Interscope wasn't going to pay for Thug Life because they thought that was a part of his image that he didn't need to expose. It was all against his idea of Thug Life. He had it in his mind what he was going to do because in the back of his mind and in his heart, he was creating a movement. That Thug Life was on the face of things, right?
Right.
But he was creating a movement. If he can get all the thugs together, then he can, create a revolution, somewhat of a revolution.
He was a revolutionary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what those was the grassroots of his revolution, Thug Life. So, yeah. So then we start touring Thug Life. Then we had the Thug for Life tour.
Okay.
That was just straight. We started from Atlanta. Then we just toured the Midwest, a little bit of the East Coast, and just done 40 tours up and down different spot shows, man. I mean, man, it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable, man. But anyway, and shoot, and got breaded out. You know what I mean? The shoot.
So
Hopefully I'm answering you.
No, you good. You good. You answer the way you want to
are.
answer. Just say
Well,
about.
no, just let me know where.
No. We
Okay.
good. We good. We good. We ain't. We, you know, this is authentic. We
Okay, for sure.
We don't direct you. You direct us. What how you see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, my question is, let's talk about. Okay, so where was you at when Pac? I'm not saying where was you at personally. I mean, with your state of being, your state of mind when Pac got killed. Well, you know what I mean? Because that did something to you, being that close to him, and then changing and going to the lifestyle you living now.
Well, I was kind of despondent, man. I was kind of like, I was hurt. That was my partner.
Right.
That wasn't nobody like, see everybody celebrating, yeah, you know. I was here with Tupac.
Right.
You know, making a life story, you know, a whole movie out of one day they spent with Tupac.
Right.
Or one experience they had with Tupac. I'm talking about living with Tupac every day. I'm talking about going to out to do something every night. We going to the Comedy Store. We going to the Jamaica House.
Right.
We going to the House of Blues. We going to just going way out to do summer jams, man. Washington, going to D.C., going to Maryland. Just everywhere in the United States, man. Imagine somebody telling somebody, hey man, when you get big, man, you make sure you pay me back, and it happening right before your very eyes.
And that's why it's necessary for you to be here. Because me and Hamza, we talk all the time, right? And we always hear these big platforms and people for years and years and years, right? Over 30-some years, or 25 years, a little over 30, talk about the Tupac experience. But those who never really been around Tupac, right? And that's why you're so valuable. Your mind, your understanding of how his story was, right?
Yeah.
To be really conveyed in a way to where it's true and authentic, to where who never heard it can hear it now.
Yeah. Well, I had given a little an interview with a guy from Detroit on YouTube some time ago, and I kind of like gave a brief, a summary, kind of like sketched a summary about a few things, but I found that I had too much of me into that interview. You know what I mean? I had too much of my spirit. I had too much of my, it was too much about me. It wasn't about Pac.
It was too personal.
Yeah, it was too personal. It was too personal. And I added a few things within the whole interview that didn't really even pertain to Tupac.
Right, I got you.
You know what I mean? So, I really felt bad about that too.
Okay.
About just showing a bad side of things.
You think what I'm thinking? About asking
Go
this
ahead.
question? Okay, so you was in the streets.
Yeah.
You and Pac was, Mud and Jeff.
Yeah.
I say Mud and Jeff, meaning y'all was running together, right?
Okay.
So, in your exchange, with the learning aspect, right? Because what we trying to do, we trying to reach the youth and say that you can go through a thing and come out of it. I want to hear this part because I found was remarkable.
Yeah.
About what you doing, what you doing now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to go into that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So please share.
Okay. So I might be taking it too long.
It's all
but
good.
anyway, when I came off tour, it was like I was a rock star. I mean, you know what I mean? I came off tour still drinking, Remy still, hanging around, hanging out of Element, hanging out, really in places I didn't need to be, just drinking. Like, you ain't never seen me drink. You ain't never seen me take a drink. When you was here, when y'all was here, I ain't never touched no alcohol.
Right.
But man, boy, look at here. You know what I mean? It took a hold of me. You know what I mean? And so went into that, started going in and out of these stoops, going to jail. Finally, I caught 6 years. Went down, got out, and you know how they always have you go to the program. Oh, well, you wouldn't know. They would have you go to a program,
Right.
A2B or something like that when you first get out.
Okay.
Anyway, they hooked me up with a computer program. you know, basic, you know, just to know you how to learn basic computer. I went through that, and through that I ended up getting a job at Facebook.
Okay.
I worked at Facebook for a while, worked at Google for a while, worked at LinkedIn, Netflix. I mean, just a number of places.
So
I
what?
mean, while my
so
career
what, so
was
what
going.
were you doing at those places?
I was doing
What's
IT.
your specialty?
IT.
Explain.
IT. Well, right
For those who
now,
don't know. I don't know.
right now, I'm a global system engineer. I work remotely with like companies in Philadelphia. I might work with a company in Washington. You know, just all acquired from me getting out on parole, getting through that little system right there.
Yeah.
Going to that little program, getting in there, and then end up, by the grace of God, getting the jobs at Facebook and Google and.
Say that one more time. Say that one more time. You sound like I'm sorry. I'm gonna say this.
Okay.
You sound like a white man saying
Yeah.
that your position. What is your position again? What would you do?
Well,
Because that's important.
Well, I'm a global systems
Let them
engineer.
hear you. Let them hear you. They got to hear what you
Well,
say.
I'm a global systems engineer.
And what is that?
Well, I do IT for different companies. I program computers. Actually program computers like remotely, whether it's remotely. I do help desk, whether when I answer help desk calls, you know, whatever to their system, or whatever. I go in and put in hardware. They might fly me out to the Olympics. You know,
To Olympics?
Yeah.
To do what?
Yeah.
At the Olympics.
doing IT.
Ooh.
And the reason why I'm saying that, right? Because the reason why I think it's profound, right? We minimize, so
Exactly.
much, right?
For
That
real.
we want to go back so we can talk about the present and the future.
Yeah,
right.
that's right.
So here you is. You talk about IT. We don't even know what that is.
Yeah, it's true.
I know the IT. I'm saying, but your position and what you do, right?
Okay.
So that's, I mean,
Well, I go
going
in,
back from where you come from is powerful.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? And like you said, you never know. Just like our last guy, Jay Stone was saying, you never know what room, what you encounter, and what you can pick up as far as
Exactly.
knowledge, and then you turn it morph into something else.
Exactly. That's
And you
what I
can
was-
teach it.
Exactly. Yes. I mean, it's coming from not even knowing how to sign on a computer at all. To
So
where
how
I'm at
did you?
now.
How did you? I mean,
Well, on job experiences, just working on jobs and picking up different skill sets. Just on the job learning.
Right.
so you a black Steve Jobs or something like that?
I wish, but hey, maybe that will work out for me.
So just say an organization, just say us 100 Years Enterprise. We got some
Yeah.
problems going on, and we have a team of 15 mentors who need to be taught the basics of spreadsheets, documents, whatever they need to help them with their calculations or just to track data.
Yeah.
Can you teach and help that?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay.
I definitely can. I've been doing that for like 15 years, going on 17 years now, since I got back.
Do you
Right.
love that job?
And-
Do you love it?
Yeah, I love it, man. I love making things happen. I love discovering what makes things work.
Can you see yourself giving it back to your people, back to your community?
Yeah.
Or are you doing that now? If you're
Most
not,
definitely.
how would you like to do it?
I haven't been given a chance, given a chance to give it back to my,
For sure.
like I was shown, give it back to someone like that. I haven't been given a chance, but however, I'm open to that. Definitely open to that.
Okay.
Just like I've shown people the
other thing.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I'm open to that, man.
So are you telling us right now, the world, that you are open with all your experience to help
Definitely.
100 Years Enterprise
Definitely,
to get back and serve the youth with your knowledge and experience?
definitely,
Okay.
definitely.
Hey man, hey, you know what? Hey, let me shake a hand, meet a friend. Because look, it's important for our community, as we know it,
Yeah,
right? As we know it, to give back, right, with the knowledge that we acquired, right? So they can be a step ahead of us.
yeah.
See what I'm saying? So this is, I think that's powerful, man. That's
Yeah.
powerful. For everything that you went through to come out now and say you IT,
Yeah, yeah.
you shrugged it off like it wasn't nothing. That ain't
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, man, it really wasn't nothing to me.
But it is.
And then because I've really been like hiding my intelligence.
I
Why?
think-
I've really
we've
been
been
dumbing
trained to do
myself down.
that.
Exactly. I've been dumbing myself down just to fit in. with these knuckleheads all my life.
They need to fit in with you.
Yeah.
They need to fit in
Yeah,
with you.
yeah, that's what time it should be.
Yeah.
But, you know, being young and impressionable and, you know, coming up in the life. I mean, I'm talking about early days with the grassroots of things,
Right.
you know what I mean? But, you know.
So today, who is Babez? Who is Calvin? Today.
Well, as I said, I'm professional global systems engineer. Professional. I have a career, man. Everything's contributed to my career.
Because you about to fly out real soon.
Definitely.
Where you flying out to, if you don't mind? Well, anyway, I know you told me you about to fly, but I want to just say congratulations, man. Everything you got going on, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate you doing doing a lot,
well,
man.
The Olympics is, you know.
How you feel when you be in them spaces? How do you like knowing what you know and knowing what you probably like this, knowing what you know and knowing what you can do? How does that make you feel?
Man, it makes me feel great, man. It makes me feel great. I mean, coming from not knowing what I was gonna do.
Right.
I'm in the game. Of course, the game is good in those years that it was good for, but it's no exit. I'm not having an exit plan. I had no exit plan.
Okay.
Just existing in the game, stuck in the game. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't have no job skills, and I think I heard Papa. If I can.
Yeah, Papa.
Okay,
Yeah.
I heard Papa talking about he didn't know how to read a tape measure, right?
Mm-hmm.
My first job I got out when I first went to the pen. I got out, you know, and I was like, okay, maybe I should get a job. You know, I got out and worked furlough, so I was like, maybe I should get a job. And, you know, I got me a job. I went and took the test to be a shower door installer, right?
Okay.
They gave me the tape measure test, right? I passed all of the comprehension, the math, you know. They gave me the tape measure test, right? So I'm doing the tape measure test, and I turn it into, you know, like, I look up, the manager and the boss over there, come on here, look what he put. They laughing.
Right.
I'm like, I'll forget this job. They laughing at what I done put on this tape measure question.
Completely
So
off,
I'm like, yeah, first I'm like, wow. I was discouraged at first. I was like, forget it. You know, it ain't only a job. I'm gonna fill out for another job. Just so happened they called me.
Right.
And I learned just as Papa learned, just like how 16th, 8ths, and you know, went right in. So it zinced in, like, you know what I mean? That was just a trip to hear Papa. Feeling the same way I did.
Yeah. I mean, we tell the kids every day how important it is about that measuring tape.
Yeah.
Before we close out, we don't want to end how you did on the other show. Is there anything with the people you think the world? I know you done heard many shows, many podcasts, news outlets. From your experience with Pac, right, that you think you haven't conveyed that you will want to now?
Or what they don't know about Pac that you know about in regards to just genuine outlook.
Well, I would have to say he's a genuine person. I mean, of course, that's right. Everyone knows that. But as far as just being a friend, because he was like my friend, my real friend.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He showed me. That's why I pointed that out. I told him to make sure you don't forget about me, and he didn't forget about me. Tenfold. Took me all over the United States.
Right.
Had me out on the videos, made me a character in the videos. Not just on the videos, a character. Make sure I stand out. I mean, introduced me to, I was with Pac when he met Suge. I was with Pac when he met Snoop. I was with Pac, I was there. When Pac first got to LA and started meeting everybody, we was there. Me and Man, we helped him move to LA, to Sherman Oaks, you know what I mean? To where Pac, as everybody else celebrate his music, you know, for different reasons, they celebrate stories, and it really don't sit like that with me. Like, you know what I mean? Because I know some real details, some real memories.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean, that me and him going to the grave with.
Okay.
That he went, and you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Straight like that.
I'm glad you said it. If there's, how does it make you feel, or how did you feel at the time when Pac, when he last was arrested and came home, and I know he made many songs, especially on All Eyes on Me, when he felt like people turned his back on him at that time when he was in jail in New York. And Suge and them came and built him out.
Well, he wasn't talking about me. He wasn't talking, nah. He was talking about he wasn't talking about me or Man. I don't feel as though he did.
Right.
Maybe Papa probably got on another part of the song. He was talking about us,
Right.
That people probably missed. But on that part, I
Yeah,
don't.
I
think
know. I
that
know.
was
In the
too
song, he didn't
vague.
say who. He just felt
Yeah.
some people left him for dead.
Yeah,
Right.
but and he couldn't have been talking about us. I mean, he know he didn't have that kind of bread,
Right.
And he knew we couldn't have justified for having that kind of bread, even
Mm-hmm.
even if we could have did come up with the money. So
Right.
I don't believe he was talking about us, but I guess he said some things to that effect in a certain verse or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, like I said, I was bitter with Pac. I was straight bitter with Pac because I felt like when he dropped that lug on what's his name from New York?
Tretch.
No, Prodigy.
Okay.
When he said something about that sickle cell,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pac knew my daughter got sickle cell.
Right.
That right there, I'm like, man. So I'm thinking, okay, now so the game done got that foul to where you and man done broke bad to where now you don't drop that, and you know that I done came off tour. I done
Right.
caught planes off tour. We was in St. Louis. I done caught planes off tour for my daughter.
Right.
Pac Mama held me special because of my daughter and her sickle cell situation. So when he dropped that, I'm like, man, I kind of was bitter. But then Pac put him on the phone. I mean, Syke put him on the phone to tell me that he didn't, he wasn't.
Yeah. He was talking
He
about
wasn't
somebody else.
dissing.
But
Yeah,
just,
he wasn't
right.
dissing. He said he wasn't dissing us at all. He said, nigga, he said just be ready. He told me to be ready.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And shit.
And things happen.
Yeah. And next thing you know, no more Pac.
Yeah.
This was like I think about 96 when he dropped that.
I know we go through things, especially when we in certain positions. But my last question is in regards to that, and I'm off of it. When Suge did bail him out, right? Did it make you all feel like, I mean, those who were connected with Tupac too, who was Hattie, like, man, I wish we could have got him, and why he go that way? Or felt like it wasn't so good of a decision to make?
Well, as I said before, we couldn't have justified for having that kind of money.
Right, not justified, but even though he went that way, because the tightness y'all had, the relationship.
Yeah, because at first Pac said he wasn't going to even mess with Suge.
Okay.
See, one time we were at the Comedy Store out there in Hollywood, in L.A., and some stuff jumped with a comic and Mike Conception, Mike Conception in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
He had some words with a comic or something, and Suge took over the whole thing and had, beat the comedian so bad, man. I mean, broke him up.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And as we were leaving, Pac was like, nah, put Suge that's too gangster. This when he first got to LA, like when he was first there, like his first 90 days in LA.
Right.
And Pac was like, he didn't really even want to mess with Suge. Then when he got in a bind like that, I don't know what compelled him to, sign it off like that, but shoot.
Yeah, sometimes we get in a desperate situation without the patience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Suge probably presented it to him, logical, told him, what can happen for him
Right.
versus against him,
We want to get out of jail.
Yeah.
wanna get out.
Yeah.
Especially him.
Yeah. And then for that kind of charge, and then for that, or whatever, But yeah, I don't think that I don't think he badmouthed us.
Right.
It was a few verses that I clearly know that he was talking about us. But the one that you guys made mention of, I don't think that was it.
Right. I know when I first, because I was incarcerated, that was in 95, 96, I first heard the album. But me just knowing some of the history, and I'm listening to it, because when I first heard Tupac, him and I would listen to it on little cassette tapes.
Yeah,
we was in, I think we was in 3 building together. We listened to it, right, in Solano. And I'm like, man, so I'm a Tupac fan. I'm listening to it, the little headphones and a Walkman and all that. I'm catching certain things, all right. So that was it.
Yeah, man. Nah,
Yeah.
I mean, It was vague. It was real vague to where you could have reached out and grabbed it and pulled it into any kind of
for
scenario. But it was things I definitely know he was talking about us. And in a lot of his music, he's talking about us.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, how couldn't he?
For sure.
We the first game he done seen. He ain't, I mean,
Yeah,
you know.
some good things too.
Yeah.
So before we close out, so how was it? Because that was your car. I'm gonna go back a little bit. So that was your car, and what?
Keep your head up.
Keep your head up. That was your car.
Man. Yeah. That was my cutlass, man. I'm bringing it back on. It's gonna be back on deck.
Yeah, your car was in the video. All y'all was. So what was that filmed at?
That was in L.A. Yeah, I was in L.A. I was in South Central. So I forgot which hood it was in, but it was in L.A. We done that one in I Get Around the same day.
Same day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we done that one in Brentwood, I believe, and in Malibu. We done that one in Malibu, and then we come over to South Central and done different scenes in different places.
Got it.
Okay.
All right, so
Well, hey, man, you know, again, man, it's nice coming past, man. We still alive. We still
Yeah,
breathing.
man,
We seem to
definitely
be
after
doing
all
positive
these
things,
years,
right?
brother.
So, hey, man, you know, I just want to say, you know, thank you for your presence, man. You know what I mean?
Definitely, man.
And,
I feel honored, man.
It's a part of history, man.
I feel honored.
We gonna call you on that, what you said, though, about
Definitely,
that 100
man.
years.
Hey, man, I'm
we
right
need
around,
all
man.
we can get.
Yeah.
You know
I'm
what I
right
mean?
around, man. As long as I'm in town. I've been in town for the last year. Probably taking off, you know, here shortly, but I've been around and down last year. So call on me, man.
we gonna need
I'm
you,
around.
man, for these kids. It's all about serving and giving back.
Man, don't you know it, man? Don't you know it, man?
Yeah.
You
So-
know, we go back then.
We go way back.
We go too
way
far
back.
back.
We go way back. So before we close our bases, anything you want to tell the people, you want to tell your audience, any shout outs, go ahead, man.
Well, I would just like to tell the children, because that's who
Tell that
who
camera
matter.
right there. Yeah.
Follow your spirit. Parent, relative, nor so-called friend can give you the advice that your spirit can. Follow your spirit. Your first mind, that's your spirit. Always. And you'll win.
All right. What are you proud of the most?
Well, I'm proud of my my miraculous recovery, man. Really, surviving Richmond, man. I've lived a Richmond experience, man, from A to Z, and you know it. You know it. So, you know, I'm proud of that, man. I'm proud of surviving life's traps. The life trap that I was in, the life trap that I've been encased in for 40-something years, you know, or more. I'm proud of that, man. I'm proud of my career for the most part, man. From coming to breakdowns. You remember them?
Yeah, absolutely. How's your daughter doing?
Oh, she good, man. She's good. She's doing great. I got a grandson, man.
Congratulations.
Man, an active grandson, man.
Full-fledged life.
Definitely, man. You know what I mean? So, man, things have just been beautiful, man.
Don't it feel good to be a granddaddy?
Man, it feels so good, man. How old is your boy, man?
Well, my daughter about to be 38.
Well, I'm talking about the one
My
by...
grandson?
No, I thought you had a boy by...
Nah, a girl.
Oh, dang. She got to be...
38.
Yeah.
4 grandkids.
Dang.
My oldest grandson on the 21st about to be 16.
Is that right?
My
Dang.
oldest granddaughter about to be 19. She going to Grambling.
Dang.
Then I got the 2 middle ones, 14 and 10.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Dang. That's beautiful, man. That is beautiful, man. It's so much of a blessing to see you here, man.
Man, sure, it's
I'm
a blessing to be
serious,
here, man.
man.
All praise be to God,
Man.
man. For real, we came a long
Well,
way.
man, let's close this out, man. Close this out, man, so we can go on here, man. Get after camera, man, because, you know, we going to do our hugs, man, appreciation. And look here, man, we appreciate you coming through, man. We talked to you on the phone. You said, let's make it happen. And you came through.
definitely,
on,
man.
man.
Anytime, man. I'm a little hazy.
Don't worry about it, man. We here, we done. Hey, man, you know, hey, shout out to my man Cam. Cam is cooling behind the camera. And this is Consequences of Street
Shout out
Life,
to
Season
Cam.
7, Episode 8. Man, we had 2 great guests today, man. Shout out to Jay Stone. He came through, and you, Babez, man. It's a pleasure. It's an honor to have you here. And really to just give some of this feed, not feedback, but feed to those who don't know, man. We appreciate that.
Shout out to 100 Years Enterprise.
Thank
Absolutely.
That's what.
Thank you, my brother.
Absolutely.
Thank you, my brother.
And shout out to you for being one of the founders and originators with Pocket but Thug Life too.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Definitely, man. I am Thug Life.
Okay. I was ready for you to say that.
I am Thug Life.
All right. There it is there. Y'all hear it. Y'all hear it. I know it's
I
all
am
over, it's
Thug
all
Life.
over your pages
I mean,
and
people
everything.
know. I mean, Brenda's got a baby, then there's Thug Life. I'm Thug Life. Everybody know I live. I mean, you know.
Yes.
You know.
Absolutely. We appreciate you.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Hey, 100 Years Enterprise, 1HYE Podcast on the YouTube. Follow us on the Spotify. With us Apple Podcasts, our Instagram, 100 Years DOP, our Facebook, 100 Years Enterprise. My name is Fahim.
I'm Patrick.
And again, Babez, man, welcome to the show. It's a pleasure. Camera's cooling behind the camera. Like, share, and subscribe.
Always.
Season 7, Episode 8, and we out.